folks, we're about ready to start the parade here. Thank you all for coming out today. We really appreciate the support, and we're getting our parade started here pretty quickly. Thanks to the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department for putting on the parade this year. Thanks to all the Wayne County veterans for participating in the parade, and thanks for you all coming out. At this time, I would like to present the trophy for the winning Patriotic Storefront Award, Veterans Parade, Richmond, Indiana, November 10th, 2018, for people who decorated their storefronts for the parade and entered the contest. This year, our award goes to DNR Hideaway right here on Northeast Street. Congratulations. Alrighty, you get a picture. Thank you all very much. The parade will start soon.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Veterans Parade. So glad you're with us and you can be part of this beautiful Saturday morning and brave the cold. Because, man, is it cold. Thanks for bundling up and being out here with us. We greatly appreciate it. I'm Rick Duncan from the G1013 Morning Show, and thank you so much for being out and being a part of the Veterans Parade, put on by the VFW and the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department. If we could, before we get started, let's give a big round of applause for all of our veterans, those that are watching the parade and are in the parade. Thank you so much for your service and all that you do for us, both home and abroad. And we start off leading the parade this year with the Richmond Police Department. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Right behind the Richmond Police Department is the Wayne County Sheriff's Department's own Jeff Kappa. As they lead the parade and get us started, thank you so much for being out here and braving the cold. Mr. Randy Redder driving the Sheriff's Department car. Hello, Randy. Incoming Sheriff Randy Redder is here. Also, as we see RPD, oh, look at that. There's Amy Miller. I see you, Amy. As we make our way through the parade, next up, the Military Heritage Honor Guard. The Military Heritage Honor Guard in period-correct uniforms representing Civil War through World War II. Next up, the Richmond Fire Department and EMS. Thank you so much for all you do for us day in and day out as well. Thank you. RPD walking along, Richmond Fire Department coming along, offering up candy. So make sure you wave down the fire department. Also next up, Amherst Artillery, 3rd Indiana Light Artillery, reenactors of the 3rd Light Artillery, a Civil War unit which was from Connorsville, Indiana, and they served from Missouri to Louisiana. And they're pulling a 10-pound Parrott gun, which looks like it weighs a lot more than 10 pounds. It weighs 1 ton. Wow. Also next up, 4th grade history club from Centerville Abington Elementary School, portraying Civil War soldiers, both Union and Confederate. Way to make it out and brave the cold, kids. Thanks for being here. We greatly appreciate it. Next up, Fountain City Cub Scout Pack number 30. welcome the Cub Scout back to the Veterans Parade today. Remember, the parade route today winds in through the Depot District, and there'll only be a few Depot District businesses that will have discounts today, not only for veterans, but also for everyone. And in fact, a lot of that, some will have donations going back to bring the Huey to Veterans Park. Next up, Whitewater Valley Marine Corps League and Auxiliary. The Whitewater Valley Marine Corps League and Auxiliary helping local veterans and Toys for Tots. In fact, coming up November 10th, happy birthday to the U.S. Marine Corps. Don't forget to help out Toys for Tots this holiday season. Thank you so much to the Marine Corps League for helping and all you do. There's a whole lot of candy coming your way from the American Legion Riders Chapter 65. Make sure you visit and support local veterans in nursing homes. So thank you for being on American Legion Riders. Thanks for being here today. Always a lot to see and do in the Depot District. Make sure you make your way around to all the Depot businesses today and all of our downtown businesses as well. A beautiful Saturday. Make sure you spend it in and around town, just bundled up, obviously. Sons of American Legion Squadron 65 out to help and support local veterans. Thank you so much, Harry Ray, Post 65. Look at the candy raining down from American Legion Post Howard Thomas, Post 315. American Legion Howard Thomas, Post 315. SAL and Auxiliary with Commander Larry Miller. Hey, there's Larry. Next up, it's St. Mary's Boy Scout Troop 100. Good throw. That's all good. Next up, it's Kirk Little, VFW Post 1108. VFW Post 1108 van with past Commander Jim Jordan and Commander Bill Bailey. And coming up is their float. Their float is set with VFW members and employees of VA community-based outpatient clinic. Also, retired Army Vietnam veteran Jay Loomis on the three-wheeler. It's Jay. VFW Life member Desert Storm veteran Ken Wiedek is in the Cornerstone Jeep. Trailing right behind the Auxiliary President Shirley Chason. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the Veterans Parade. Purple Heart veterans in remembrance of Monteek Gant. Thank you so much for being here. That is a sweet looking IROC. Also, the 1969 patriotic Manx Dune buggy driven by Steve McLean. Thanks for being out here today and being a part of the Veterans Parade. Jesse Sheets is honoring all veterans who have fallen in the line of duty and those who are still serving our country with lots and lots of candy. Bill Byer as veterans riding on his trailer. It's all good. I bet you could find a volunteer out here that'd love to ride along in the back. As the front of the parade route starts to wind in through the Depot District, next up is the Indiana Patriot Guard Riders in 2 trucks and 10 motorcycles. Thank you so much for being here, the Indiana Patriot Guard Riders. I'm not sure what's trailing you, but it looks like there's something behind you. Thank you so much to the Patriot Guard Riders for being here today in our Veterans Parade, riding with honor and respect. Thank you so much. More candy being dispersed by members of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Wayne County and their club van. Don't forget, Boys and Girls Club just opened up a new location on the west side. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to go check it out and be there. Boys and Girls Club of Wayne County do so much in and around the community, so thank you for being here at the Veterans Parade today. Next up, Mr. Larry Oler. Larry's a Vietnam veteran driving his miniature tractor. Thanks for being here today, Larry. Next up, it's the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department. Parks Department organized the Veterans Parade this year. They would like to say thank you to all of our veterans for their service to our country. It's a good try, though. It's worth a shot. That's my bad. I should have dove for that. Thanks. Thank you so much for being here. There is Bill Engel and Denise Retz. There's a bunch of people from the Parks Department. Hey, there we go. Thank you, Matt Stiegel, for throwing that. Thanks for being here and being a part of it. Also, Richmond bicyclists are out this year. Richmond bicyclists riding their decorated and themed bikes. And the Cardinal Greenway. Wayne County Cardinal Greenway, 22.5 miles on the 62-mile Greenway. Stretches from Richmond to Marion. The longest trail in the state of Indiana, celebrating the 25th anniversary this year. Greenway was selected in the 2018 inductee to the Rails to Trails Conservancy Hall of Fame. Check out Bill Beard, the 1929 Chevy Club Coupe with veteran signs, driven by Bill Beard. Thank you, Bill, for being here. Whitewater Valley Dog Training Club. Director of Training Kate Clevenger, President John Herrig, also Vice President Donna Kitchell, all here. Check out their website, WVDTC, for upcoming class days for the Whitewater Valley Training Club. Hey, it's Rufus the Red Wolf. What's up, Rufus? Join the Red Wolf Nation, nationally ranked athletics programs, an active campus life, internships, and a growing number of bachelor degree programs, too. It's easy to see why Indiana University East is a leader on campus and in the community. See them at iue.edu. There's Julie Jolliffe. Julie's driving along in the Wayne County Chamber's car for Wetzel Auto. Wetzel Auto giving away a car or a scholarship to one Wayne County senior who's got perfect attendance their entire senior year. So thanks to Wetzel Auto for their support. School is cool, the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. The Wayne County Republican Party would like to thank all the veterans who are serving our country now. Thank you so much. Coming up, the Wayne County Democrats, working hard to build a brighter future on issues like job creation, health care, and education. And the Democrats would like to honor our veterans past and present and remain committed to proudly serving our community and our country. There's Kelly Cruz Nicholson behind the wheel of the Wayne County Democrats vehicle. Good idea. They're going through the crowd, handing out bags for your candy. Wayne County Democrats dispersing the candy.
Absolutely. Incoming Tootsie Roll.
Oh, my bad. I should have known for that one. That's mine. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I would eat it now, but then you couldn't understand what I was saying. That's true. The Whitewater Valley Corvette Club, with Corvettes of various years, and 8 of the drivers who are Vietnam veterans. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of it, to the Whitewater Valley Corvette Club. Hope you're all keeping warm. Thank you so much for being out here. I know it's very cold, but I know the veterans and everyone out here greatly so glad that you're here, and they all appreciate coming out and being a part of the Veterans Parade this year. I had no idea there were this many Corvettes in the Corvette Club. The whole parade could be the Corvette Club. It is a brisk day to have the top down. As the last few Corvettes roll through, next up, cars of a different color, the Model Ts, owned by members of the local Henry's Hoosiers Club and the Model T Museum. Entries include a 1924 ambulance, a 1922 Fire Chief Coupe, plus coming up, a taxi cab, touring cars, and roadsters. How can I get a horn like that? Model T Ford Club of America, Henry's Hoosiers. Make sure you check out the Model T Museum. It's located in the Depot District, so you can stop out and check it out. So many very, very cool classic cars in there. You know, there's so many great places to go and visit in Richmond and Wayne County, and a lot of times we don't think about it because they're here and we see it all the time, but we don't get a chance to stop in and see them. So many hidden treasures in and around Richmond and Wayne County that you owe it to yourself to go check out and see, especially on a beautiful Saturday like this. Rolling in next are the Dire Skates. Richmond's Derby Little Secret. They strive to empower women of all types, shapes, and sizes. It's their goal to make women's roller derby a positive and lasting addition to the Richmond community. They always donate a portion of the proceeds from all home bouts to local organizations making a difference in the community. Don't forget, tonight you can check out the Dire Skates taking on the Appalachian Hellbetties at the Skates. Doors open at 5:30. All the action begins at 6 at the Skate tonight with the Richmond Dire Skates. Students from the combined Wayne County schools come together to celebrate veterans and their sacrifice of service. Thank you to all veterans for your service from the Wayne County Combined Bands. Driving his convertible with his granddaughter riding along. Ron, a wounded Vietnam two-tour vet. Thank you so much for your service, Ron. Next up, John Matthews, riding his military bicycle. That bike has got an engine. I am all about that. I would ride my bike more if it had an engine. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is the Grand Marshal of this year's parade, Mr. Ron Weedick. Ron organized the parade for the first 9 years. Past commander, VFW Post 1108, van coordinator for the VA Volunteer Services. Thank you so much for all you've done, Mr. Ron Weedick. Next up, Ron Glob, driving a 1952 M38 Willys military Jeep. Next up, Chase Reed, the owner-operator of the 1941 Slat Grill Willys Jeep. Chase has dedicated his Jeep to all World War II veterans and has been lucky enough to have some World War II veterans sign his Jeep. The Jeep's been in the Preble County Honor Guard services as a final salute to veterans who've passed on. The Fox Reed families would like to thank all military soldiers, past and present. George Haskett with a 47 Willys Jeep and a 66 Mustang. My dream car. It passed right before my eyes. Next up, Raymond Regal driving a replica Cardin Lloyd tank. Wayne County Veterans Memorial Park in a 1951 Dodge truck driven by Joe and Barb Goebel. Thank you so much for being in this year's Veterans Parade. Jerry Otherson driving a 1967 Kaiser Jeep M35A2 deuce and a half. Next up, Rod Weiss driving a 5-ton military transport truck. You can see that right down the way. The Indiana National Guard has the extreme pleasure to bring 2 vehicles in the parade, an armored Humvee and up-armored LMTV. The operators of those vehicles include Specialist Howell, who's 5.5 years service in the Indiana National Guard, is in 94A. Specialist Watson, who's been with the Indiana National Guard for 5.5 years. Private First Class Maldek, who has been for a year and a half in the Indiana National Guard as a 91B, and Sergeant Johnson with 5 years of service in the Indiana National Guard. And he's also the Richmond recruiter. Sergeant Johnson's contact number, 317-490-9044. That 1952 Willys truck owned by Bob McGuire, U.S. Navy CB EO3, served at MCB 22-121 from 1968 to 1970. Passengers, Bill Bickle, U.S. Marine Corps, Mike Grace, U.S. Army Corps, Jack Caudell, U.S. Navy Corpsman, Larry Hutchison, U.S. Army Artillery, all Vietnam vets. And also Mike Baker, driving a 1953 Willys pickup, and Gordon Moore is his passenger. Up now, Cook Sulwan of Richmond. They take pride in getting the community's kids, men and women, fitter, safer, and stronger through the practice of martial arts. You can find them on Facebook at Cook Sulwan of Richmond, or stop by the school downtown for a free class. Just look for the tiger. Dare to dream, dance, and cheer. The float includes dances of dare to dream and cheer. The students work hard and compete at regional competitions and have a recital at the end of every dance year. They have classes including the following categories: ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, and point. Next up, the Richmond Jazz 9 and Under softball team. Richmond Jazz 9 and Under girls softball team, an extension of the Richmond Jazz summer collegiate team. Jazz Play 2019 season coming up. For tickets, donations, and more, visit them at richmondjazzbaseball.com. And they'll see you this season at McBride Stadium. Next up, the Wayne County American Red Cross. Service to our armed forces dates back to the establishment of the American Red Cross by Clara Barton in May of 1881. Not only did the angel of the battlefield risk her life tending to soldiers wounded in the Civil War, she bolstered their morale by writing letters for them to send to their families. Today's Armed Forces program, which serves as a critical line in the communication between the U.S. Armed Forces and their families. And to volunteer to local Red Cross or inquire about services, visit the office located at 829 East Main Street or call 962-9508. Today, their passengers are volunteers and veterans representing various branches of the Armed Forces. That looks like Rick Parker from 4th Floor Blues Club in the Italian Market. Where's your next party? The best parties are on the 4th floor. Also, check out the Italian Market for lunch. That looks like Steve Terzini from Little Sheba's. Make sure you stop by Little Sheba's. Grab some lunch right after the Veterans Parade today. Next up, Tom Bruns is from New Paris. He's driving his 19-year-old original Silverado Chevy truck. Tom is an SC Asia MCB3 CB veteran. Thank you so much for being here, Tom. Phillips Drugs is next in the Veterans Parade, driving their delivery vehicle. Thanks for being here, Phillips Drugs. Next up, it's Brewer Broadcasting. Wake up with Ran and Sean Lamb of the Kicks Morning Crew, weekday mornings on Kicks 96. You can also listen to their sister station, Richmond's Classic Hits, 101.7 The Point, with Phil Quinn and the Wake Up Call. And with the holidays coming up, Sunny 95.3 is where you can listen to Christmas music 24/7, starting the day after Thanksgiving. There's the Leaning Lily entering this year's Veterans Parade. Thank you so much. You can find the Leaning Lily in the depot. Next Next up is Gateway Hunger Relief Center, located on 715 Sheridan Street. They're open 9 a.m. to noon on Tuesdays and 3 to 6 on Fridays, serving Wayne and Union counties. Next up is Meridian Health Services. Meridian focuses on integrated care, including physical, mental, and social well-being. They're now offering primary care services at 2300 Chester Boulevard. Thanks for making it out today, Meridian Health Services. Next up is Golden Living, Golden Rule. Golden Living, Golden Rule, carrying veterans in their bus today. Thank you so much for being here. The Leland Legacy is next. Recently, our veterans were interviewed and recorded by Senator Donnelly's office for the Veterans History Project. The interviews will be sent to the Library of Congress. I'd like to thank all veterans for their service, and it's an honor to take care of their veterans at the Leland Legacy. Next up is the Whitewater Valley Motorcycle Club. 501c3 not-for-profit motorcycle club that hosts benefit rides to help those in need in the community. They've raised over $330,000 since founded in 2005. Let's hear it for the Whitewater Valley Motorcycle Club and all they do for veterans in the community. Up next, Williamsburg Fire Department. The Williamsburg Fire Department Rescue Truck Unit 22 and Tanker Unit number 23. Thanks to the Centerville Fire Department for their fire truck. Centerville Fire Rescue having their soup supper tonight. So make sure you check out that. Tonight, free will donation. You can stop by for the soup supper tonight at Centerville Fire Rescue. Big thanks to Richmond Power and Light for being in this year's Veterans Parade. Richmond Power and Light would like to thank all the veterans for their service. They appreciate all you've done and all you do every day. Thank you to Richmond Power and Light. Last but certainly not least, the Salvation Army and their canteen truck. Thank you so much to the Salvation Army for being here and serving so many in Richmond and Wayne County. Thank you so much for coming out and braving the weather today and being a part of the Veterans Parade. Thank you so much to all the veterans. Thank you to the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department for being the organization that put it all together this year. Thank you so much. Enjoy your beautiful Saturday.